Hey guys, so I know I've not been uploading subliminals for about 2 weeks now, and I just wanted to make this video to explain why and to give you some very exciting news. So for the past couple of weeks, I've had various engagements with different job prospects and trying to find some contracts and business partners and whatnot. But in the meantime, I've been trying to design a new type of subliminal. Okay, this isn't just, yes, a new type of subliminal. This isn't just like updated tech. This is a new breed of subliminal that has never been released on YouTube, like ever. Okay, because as a subliminal maker, naturally I do look at my competitors and other subliminal makers on YouTube, okay, in order to bolster my tech or my technique or have a look at ways of making my subliminals stronger. And I've not found anything like this of the sort. It is the first of its kind, and you will get to experience it in about a day or two, depending on how many requests I get. Which is the whole purpose of this video, by the way, because I need to ask you for some help. This is the first time, by the way, I'm ever going to do requests because, like, I have a life and I have a job and I can't always be making stuff for free for you guys, okay? I will try as hard as I can to make a free subliminal every single week. But apart from that, yeah, I get my income from people purchasing subliminals, and I have various different other things that I'm doing as well. So I don't really have the time to do that. If I did, I would, but I can't. So this is the only time I'm going to be doing it. So please, 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 in the comment section below this video, put whatever subliminal that you want, okay? And the most upvotes I will make, guaranteed. So I want to talk just a little bit about this subliminal and how it kind of works. I'm not going to tell you how to make it because a lot of people will be asking me that question. In fact, they always ask me that question in pretty much every single subliminal I've ever released. How do you make the subliminals? And to cut a long answer short, okay, and to stop reiterating the same information to multiple people again and again and again, okay, I will not tell you how I make subliminals simply because the way I learned how to make subliminals was through trial and error, which I think is the marker of a true subliminal maker and a really competent one, if that, because you don't want someone who just steals other people's techniques, because then they're not really clever, are they? They're not experimenting, they're not seeing what works, they're just stealing things from other people, and frankly, that doesn't lend any credibility to that subliminal maker in my eyes. So I learned through trial and error, and I'd say to anyone who wants to make subliminals, you have to learn through that method too. Now, there are subliminal makers that will tell you how they do their technique, okay, but my technique is very different to most subliminal makers. It's very easy to make any subliminal, okay? I think just to make a basic subliminal is very easy, but the subliminals that I make take me like 2 hours to make. I kid you not, it takes me 2 hours because the technology is so condensed and there's just so much in it. It's crazy. So I won't be telling you how I make it, and I won't be telling you how I do this technique either, and I don't think any of you would be able to guess it because it's very, very complex. In fact, it is so complex that my computer of 6 RAM was barely able to process it. Yeah, it shut down multiple times, restarted, crashed, so it's very difficult for anyone to replicate this tech. But basically the way that it works, and I'm calling it Dangai subliminals, which I'm going to explain now. The way that it works, okay, is kind of like a hyperbolic time chamber. So if anyone knows what a hyperbolic time chamber is, it's when you kind of compress a lot of things in a very small amount of time, okay, but the amount of compression is about like a year. So that it is in terms of the hyperbolic time chamber, which comes from Dragon Ball, that the concept does, is that like he goes into this training room and he gets like a year of training. And I think like 1 day or something like that. Okay, my subliminals kind of work like that, but here's the thing. Whenever you've seen a hyperbolic time chamber on YouTube, it's always been with the affirmations. Like, for example, I am confident times a hyperbolic time chamber. And there are many reasons why this, of course, does not work. But the concept is good, and the creativity is there, which is fantastic, but it doesn't work because I have tried it myself and the mind just does not compute it that way. So instead of doing it in the affirmations, what I've done is done it in the technology. But I've not called it a hyperbolic time chamber subliminal because simply that would equate to 8,760 hours worth of content compressed and sped up and replicated and duplicated and then reiterated like millions upon billions of times. So it's really, really difficult to do that. And in fact, it's so difficult to do that the computer just can't process it. So unless we get a computer with an amazing processing speed, unfortunately, yes, we cannot make a hyperbolic subliminal in terms of technology. Okay, but you can make a Dangai subliminal. And Dangai is a concept that comes from Bleach. It is 2,000 hours. Okay, so it's like a quarter of the hyperbolic strength of a subliminal. It's very, very powerful. Because I made one for my rheumatoid arthritis because I wanted to get off medication, and I thought, I'm going to cure this once and for all. And I used it, and in like 10 seconds, I kid you not, my body was on fire. Like, I was so hot. And I listened to a lot of subliminals, okay? I listened to subliminals with a lot of layers, okay, which are the really strong subliminals. So my brain has kind of gotten used to the toll of subliminals by now. So for example, if I was to up the layers, it would like have no effect on me. Okay, but it should have an effect on you, okay, because if you're just reintroducing new layers, that of course is going to have the side effects of a headache, which is a sign it's working, by the way. So it should have some effects, and also feeling quite thirsty or getting a dry throat, because the mind is trying to kind of process it all and execute all the commands all at once, and it taxes it quite a bit. It's not used to it. So that is like some of the effects that it does. So the Dangai subliminal of 2,000 hours, okay, is extremely powerful. Dangai, D-A-N-G-A-I. And I was so overwhelmed from using the subliminal within, I think, 20 minutes, I had to turn it off. But by which time it had already done what it needed to do, and I no longer felt any joint pain. So yes, it's very powerful. And this is why I've made this video today, to introduce you to this new breed of subliminal, which I will be uploading every single week from now. However, this video is just kind of a preamble to making a request subliminal, which is the only subliminal I'm ever going to make that's asking for requests. So choose wisely, okay, make it inclusive, and go wild. I'll see you later.